Hope everyone's doing pretty well tonight. I know I am, for the most part. Especially since it's Saturday night. We do shit a little bit different around here. Especially since I ain't got nobody to put my hands on. So. Or any kind of device that might take both hands at the same time. So, let's see what the person on your mind and you might be feeling, experiencing, might need to know tonight. Shall we? Well, it looks like person on your mind or you might have already dropped something. At the same time as you're looking to pick up something, you're caught in the interplay. Let's see what the interplay might be. So what you might be missing or looking to gain, we got originality. I spent 5-10 minutes trying to figure out how to mirror it so that you could see this straight. But all the better, I'll read it to you. There's nothing new under the sun, which is Leo and Gemini. Independence in approach, creative thinking, and conceiving of novelty. So maybe you're looking for something new. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you're afraid. You know, I was watching a video today from a bartender about the way people are when they're drunk, but it's to you. So, like for instance, if you get mean when you're drunk, it means for some reason or another, you feel or have this internal hitch, let's say, that you feel like you've been disrespected and people don't appreciate you. And so when you get drunk, you're looking for any reason to make sure that somebody respects you, which means shows the imbalance on both ends. Where you're afraid to stick up for yourself, you're afraid to hold your power. At the same time as when you get intoxicated, you're ready to look like a dick and willing to pop off for any fucking reason, especially if you got people behind you or you think you got something over somebody else. Somebody will solve that one. Because violence ain't the fucking answer. We got indulgence. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Partaking of available boons, blessings, or favors. Gratification of desire. Because what the fucking good is a desire if you can't get it fulfilled? And what the fucking good is getting a gratification if it doesn't satisfy a desire? It's kind of like wishing you had somebody and then going to the bar and coming home and just screwing your dog, or as a way to put whatever comes up. Anybody to go home with you, you go home with him. At the same time as if you're too fucking picky, what does that serve? That only serves the fucking ego, right? And the person you get, okay, so they have what you need. Like, serve some kind of gratification of a desire, but he's still missing something. Now, this is really the whole package. If it's the whole package, it's not going to fit all nice and neat. All nice and night. I like that. All nice and night. I'll drink to that. Sounds like a Liam Neeson joke. And that's Taurus and Capricorn. Well, that's funny. We got Capricorn. It's all in the dark. As this chimera. I mean, that's what Capricorn is, right? A chimera. It's all these different creatures all put in together as one. That's ironic that that's where Christmas and Jesus are. As a chimera. And Taurus, the bull. Yeah. Seeing red. You're running right through it. Was it right or wrong? Indifferent, there's a sword behind it or not. We're going to get some. Oh, but what are we going to get? That's a pretty good balance between the two, if you really think about it. And what came in upside down off the floor is hospitality. Treat guests and wishes as children. Which begs the question of how we treat everybody else. If everyone isn't a guest, everyone isn't a child, or implying everyone is a baby, and everyone's a guest. We can't treat them like, this is my fucking house. You can't treat them like, well, you don't know shit. You're a baby. There's a cross of hospitality. Generous reception of visitors and or strangers. Inclusive, which includes everyone. Geniality. Because we're all of one, right? And that's Pisces and Gemini. I mean, Pisces and Taurus, ironically. Which, Pisces, that's where the 313's at. Halfway between Taurus and Capricorn. Jesus was supposedly born at Christmas. That's for everybody. As a chimera. Run like a bull right into... tear open the box. What's in it? What's in it? What's in it? What, I got a pet rock? Oh, I got my Xbox. Yeah. I gotta wait for everybody else to open their shit? What the hell? This was just for me. And Taurus. Mayday. The end of the Beltane. A fucking fire festival. The abyss. The womb. The gaping opening where everything comes and goes from, but I mean, how can you quantify a hole, right? You can just see the outside, or you can just feel the inside, or you're inside and you can't see out, or there's just some light on the other side, but you don't know what's there until you stick your head through. But then the hole's just something that's kind of cutting off the light between two places. Well, so we had two cards that came out apart from all the rest. Ahead of time, we have humor. Nothing's any good without humor. If you have humor, you got a long ways to go. Because nothing in life is that serious. If it's serious, later on you're going to fucking laugh about it. Otherwise, you might as well be a dead fish laying on the deck. I mean, not even flopping around. You're just laying there, drying out, you know? What good is that? You're not good to anybody. we'll get to seriousness. In all seriousness, many a true word can be spoken in jest. Comical expression, amusing mannerisms, or speech to incite mirth. There we got Aries, the Emperor, and Libra, the Scales. And we have solidity. If you build it, they will come. But where the fuck are you? What'd you build? Where are they at? I mean, who's it for? What's a one? Who'd you come with? Who'd you come for? Where are you coming at? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Fortitude or strength. Reliable structure. Substance and character. There we have a shaky balance, begging a question. In Capricorn, paired up with Gemini. You're guided to spring, like the rabbit. Mating, as rabbits are known for. See your seeds grow. But that balances the rabbit. If you're fucking everything, you're probably too busy to ever look back and know your children, to know what you planted, and to know what's coming forth. So you're guided to embrace the balance with the elder. To move beyond your ancestral patterns. I mean, everything you've been taught. Overcome fear. You hold back when you think you know what the fuck you're doing. And become and know the she-wolf. Unleash the wild within. Guided by. If you have any question, you need to study and know in Heduana, the High Priestess. She's a guide. If anything, this is the face of God. Without a face and without a body. Trust the divine, and everything will work out fine. As long as you focus your desires to be one with your soul. And your soul, her soul is the legacy of love. So anything done in anger, it better be backed up by love. If anything, the love of her in all beings, more than one's own ego, one's own beliefs, one's own teachings, one's own groups. And all one can do, in a sense, is to give in to desire. And isn't that challenging? Because we learn, we're taught. It happened. Oh, I saw a black guy break into this car. And so now, this is how I feel about black guys. Oh, when I see anybody that looks like they're doing the same thing into a car, I have a reaction. I know something. You think. But if you have to think about it, You're probably wrong. You don't know what the fuck you're thinking. And also, it's double balanced as each person's reaction when it has to do with somebody who's acting naturally and speaking as they are, like without guiding, without knowing, then the reactions from others are already divided on their bodies. They don't know where the fuck they're at, and they don't know what they're talking about, and they think they know, but what the fuck do they think they know? Especially if they think they know anything about what you or anyone else is saying, considering everything they think they knew got them nowhere. It got them to sit there in silence, in death, in the place that they existed until the moment you said something, until I said something, until we existed. And then they balanced and divided and didn't divide and didn't balance and held the weakest link as the piece that immediately, to all in the room, or to the wise, as soon as their separation reveals who the babies are, and they're the ones that had the reactions, as appearing to know something and both cautioning, tyranting, exuding, expressing through reaction, especially if that reaction was a balance of sorts. But it's better than a reaction that was a shot to your brain. And all people have to balance this such thing. As challenging as it is, dealing with our parents, our children, and with an animal. Especially if the most learned and most wise, most spirit know everything and know nothing. And everything that comes up from them, everyone automatically, all reacts, all seems to know. But if anything took action upon it, it would get smacked the fuck down. Even if it won, it snuffed your light out. But if it didn't react and have something to say, then it would hold everyone back. Because everyone has to witness evolution. Person on your mind. What might they be thinking right now? Everyone's thinking about how to balance judgment, what anybody else or their own self might think. How can I have what I want and be satisfied and know that I can have it tomorrow? At the same time as things that start off perfectly almost always will end in shambles. And so in a sense, it's always best that things start in destruction, at death. Because then, if it wasn't an end, it wasn't the ultimate end, then everything can prosper from that place. So if you're looking for a perfect partner, ain't gonna happen. Intuition might be your weakest link. Thinking you know something. Thinking. Balancing. Where's the passion? Where's the reaction? Where's overcoming fear? Or do you feel comfortable? Just sitting there, thinking, knowing, not sure, and unwilling to act, unwilling to be, unwilling to move, and coaching others or not coaching, afraid of ultimately existing. When you see something you want, or you want something, and it even makes a hair of an action to look like it might be looking at you, to strike like a snake. Because you might never get another chance. What are you afraid of? Death? If you already met the other side, there's nothing to fear. So why are you holding back? Why are you watching the engagement of other people? Thinking you aren't enough. Thinking that the person, the thing that you want, isn't at the place that you would want it at. And the moment it's looking at you, you step forward. Say, hey, do you want to go for a Coke? And start the engagement. Otherwise, there may never be another chance. To be afraid. Not go for that kiss. If it puts off the person, they don't want you, they're afraid. It wasn't meant to be. So, why drag it out and think, well, I'm going to hold on to the situation. I want it, but I don't want it. I'm afraid that it'll run away, but I want to keep it still. At the same time as I want to use it, but I don't want to use it. And I'll fuck with the ones that don't really matter and wait for the right one to come to me. Someday it might happen. Someday. And it'll be just right. And if it doesn't happen, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. Or you're going to take control of your life. Are you afraid to be rejected? Rejection isn't protection. Rejection is knowing. You're wasting your time. Turn and go another fucking direction. Who's fucking around? Why is everyone fucking around? And nobody will fucking get on it. Huh? Why has everybody got to live as cowards? And then think they're in control once they got something that they pussyfoot around. Huh? Or once they capture something. Oh, now I own it because I have a contract or this or that. They still pussyfooting around and fucking everyone and fucking nobody and not on the fucking ball. There's a gnat. Maybe that's a sign. Who's fucking thinking? Strength? She ain't afraid to put her hand in the lion's mouth. She could get close enough to fucking sit on the bastard. She'd probably do whatever she wanted. She'd probably get on all fours and he'd fuck her. She won. If she said, acted like she was afraid of somebody, that lion would kill him. Who's pussyfooting around? All these bros, everybody trying to have a team, but nobody can have a team because they're afraid to lead. They're afraid to pair up and go after what they want and have what they want, whether anything comes to them or not. At the same time, as soon as something appears over the horizon, they go to that immediately. And they're not afraid. Those that are afraid are in cults of bros and hoes. So who and what is the emperor? Are you willing to be a knight of swords? Without the sword and shield? Without the horse? More like the Venus flytrap or the tongue of a chameleon? A chameleon's hands are just like cootie catchers. They just go like this, and his tongue is exactly the same way. It grabs on what it wants, and that's it. You don't need fingers. You don't need to manipulate it and give signs and shit and think you're sending codes. That's for cowards. The hermit. Everyone can see the hermit, and everything that is looking for something and knows what it's looking for goes right up to the hermit. And the hermit knows that everything can see him walking through the forest with the lamp. Everything can see, oh, he ain't got a sword, he just got a stick. At the same time as anything that comes over that isn't sure is like, look, it's carrying fire. Look, it's in the radiant light. Look, it's got a weapon. Look. And in truth, there is no such thing. You walk right up to what you want and you say, I want to buy that. How much is it? I'm lost. Do you know the directions? Hi, my name is, what's your name? Why are you walking out here in the woods in the middle of the night? Who's creeping? Everybody's fucking creeping. Other than those that know. So if you want something, what's speaking up? That's a divided way of putting it. Are you afraid of the tower? Are you afraid that something might come and destroy everything you built? You ain't built shit, and anything you built can be rebuilt 100,000 times as long as you got yourself. If you got yourself, everything's gonna be deflected already. You'll fall out of the tower, but you'll still be whole. He didn't die inside the tower, did he? No, he didn't. It's even implied he didn't have a soft place to land, but he ain't gonna land on some rocks. He got some brambles, so he'll be fucked up and cut up, and he'll still live. All them brambles are gonna catch his ass. So don't be a little bitch. Reach out, take what you want, but you can't take it from nobody. What are you manipulating for? Trying to get ahead, trying to hide something, try to look like a certain way. The wheel keeps turning. You don't take your opportunity once it's there, you won't get it again. Or, who knows, it might be tomorrow, it might be 5 minutes, it might be 1,000 years, and you're not going to live 1,000 years. It might not be tomorrow. Even if you have 1,000 tomorrows, it won't be that moment again, will it? That person might never talk to you again. It might not be the right moment. What is the right moment? If it's the wrong moment, if there's a moment you feel it, you fucking say it. You fucking do it. You fucking be it. And so be it. Whatever happens, happens. It's a divided way to put it. Without, whatever happens, happens. No. Where there's a will, there's a way. Mind controls all. Mind over matter. So what's matter? If it's all mind and the matter right in front of you, I see this. That's what I want. Should I put mine against? Yes or no? What's thought? There's a reading for tonight. Hope that helps.